the recording.
Hey, what's going on? This is Jermaine Perry, class of 2005 bioengineering alumni. I'm glad to be back home at A&T. I'm actually here for a panel discussion on 50 Shades of Hustle about people who have excelled in their careers or businesses. When I graduated from A&T, I actually went to work for Malcolm Perney, an international engineering firm out in New Jersey. I'm originally from New York, so it was great to be able to go back home with a career set. And stayed with Malcolm Perney for about 5 years before I transitioned into business development for a smaller engineering firm in Manhattan. And that was around 2008, 2009 when the market crashed and federal funding for engineering projects were frozen. So at that time I had to make a pivot. And I decided that the pivot was going to be that I started working on some businesses for myself. One of those businesses happened to be Sydney Sweets, which I currently am the CEO for and am speaking on campus today in regards to. And we've had some great success. We have had our storefront bakery for about 5 years now. We're working on franchising, and we're also working on funding for building our first factory, which will house all of our New York locations. And just that ability to pivot when things happen. And also, I tell people all the time, I still use engineering because the heart of engineering is problem solving. And even with the structures we do with cakes, just figuring out what exactly is needed and what is the problem that we need to create a solution for is something I use in everyday life. So regardless of whether you leave here and you decide to practice engineering or you decide to take over some other path in life, I just want to let you know that the education you're receiving in engineering is something that you can attribute to any practice or any skill set in life. So you can feel focused and glad that you chose this route and that it will follow you anywhere you go in life.
Awesome. Mr. Jermaine, I have one question for you.
Sure.
If you could tell your younger self something when you were here at A&T majoring in bioengineering, biological engineering, what would it be?
That's a great question. Honestly, I know some of you may have ended up here. Not sure exactly what you wanted to study within engineering, but you had strong skills in math and science. This is an awesome program. The way that the program is set up where you get the individualized attention is something that no other engineering major has on A&T's campus. So don't take that for granted. Network with your fellow peers. The small organization we have here is invaluable. I'm still in touch with Dr. Howard Conyers, who is a 2004 graduate, who is a phenomenal mastermind. He works for NASA. One of my fellow classmates, who's Ryan, she's married now, so she has a new last name, but she graduated in 2005 along with me. And we're still connected, and you know, it's the small community we have here with the staff, Dr. Spazi, Dr. Gale, who were here when I was here as well. It's invaluable, the resources and the connections and the funding that's funneled through this program. I was blessed to have a full scholarship in this program and to graduate with no loan afterwards because the bioengineering program provided that for me. I had an opportunity to be a fellow for the US EPA, which was another program that I found on my own, but provided some more financial support for me while I was a student here, was invaluable. So while you may not know the path you're going to take, the biological engineering program allows you to do so much, which is popular for the green movement that we're going for inside of the economy now. So whether it's clean air, new food resources, you are the future. You know, so while we may be the stepchild of the engineering program on campus, I want to let you know that this program is the future. So stay strong, stay steady, find your niche, and run with it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jermaine.